May the Triple Gem bless you all. Today onwards, I am going to explain you about the world's reality. I am going to discuss several important facts in Buddhism with you. First of all, I like to start my discussion from the three periods of time. All of you know about the three periods of time. What are they? They are the present, the past, and the future. Lord Buddha has also explained about the three periods of time. We all know the past has gone. We can't change the past, and the future has not come yet. We can't associate the future now. We are living in the present moment. Both ends of the past and the future are not existing now. But normally, we always associate those both ends. It is our normal life. We usually associate the past end and the future end. So now, you might have a problem. I said previously that the past end and the future ends cannot be associated. But now I am saying that usually the life of a human being is the associating both past end and the future end. How this happens? These two statements are contradictory. How we can solve this problem? Well, I will explain you. Dear ones, I think you may have heard of our consciousness. A normal human being is a combination of the mind and the matter, according to the Buddha's word. So, the one nature of the human mind can be known as consciousness. The mind or the consciousness has an unique feature. It can aware about the objects. Actually, the quality of the awareness of an object itself is known as the consciousness. So, this consciousness can aware any object out of three periods of time. Therefore, mind or the consciousness can associate the past end. Mind or the consciousness can associate the future end also. But that association is a psychological concept. It is not a physical association. So, we can't associate the past end and the future end of the time physically. According to the Buddhist philosophy, we can associate only the present moment physically. But psychologically or mentally, we can associate the three periods of time. But we should remember that it is not a real association. It is only a psychological concept or a mental phenomena. In the modern science, scientists have invented two theories to describe the time. First one is the A theory of time. According to my knowledge, I think it says about the inability to associate the past end and the future end physically. As well as the second one is the B theory of time. According to the B theory of time, the past and the future ends also can be associated. Einstein's discovery of the theory of relativity reveals the fact that physical time exists only in relation to speed of the realm of its existence, which means that time is slower in relation to its containing objects' increasing speed. So, according to my knowledge, I think this B theory of time is somewhat closer to the concept that the time has a mind-dependent existence. So, I think that the B theory of time is somewhat closer to the concept of psychological time. It is only my opinion. It may not be true 100%, but it is the reality of this world that the time is a psychological concept. only the present moment is live. Both of the other ends only can be associated with the mind or consciousness. So, always we make our world by associating these two ends. For an example, think a minute. When you are seeing your mother, you identify her as your mother with your previous memories. If the mind could not associate the past end, exactly you will not be able to identify her as your mother, because then you will not be able to recall your previous memories. Not only that, if I asked you whether you are going to your workplace tomorrow, you may give an answer. How did you give that answer? You gave that answer by associating the future end. You think more and more about these things. We are always engaging in such a deal. If the mind could not associate both ends, there will no worth to the present moment. Then the present moment will include only qualities, vibrations and energies. We make the whole world in our mind by associating the two unreal ends of the time. Sometimes now you might have a problem. How long the present moment exists? Here I should mention that the present moment is also very short time period. It may be shorter than the deviation of 1 second by 27 power of the 10. So now you may have a rough idea. There are 3 periods of time. They are present, the past and the future. Only the present moment can be associated physically, but mentally we can associate the whole 3 periods of time. Actually, the real world is that present moment. It is also a very short time period. During the present moment, we feel only the pure qualities, pure energies and pure vibrations. We compare those pure qualities with the past end and the future end. Then only we come to a conclusion about the felt object. If not, the whole world will be only a collection of qualities. So, my dear ones, this is the idea that we should remember. The whole world is only a collection of energies and vibrations. We always convert those pure qualities into concepts. We always associate a psychological concept instead of associating the real existing world. So, my dear colleagues, what is the use of knowing these things? You should understand that the whole world is a mental concept. So, what is the use of getting angry with such a world? If you get angry, you have got angry with non-existing mental phenomenon. Is there any use of it? As well as, what is the use of attaching to such a world? It is not an existing one. It is only a mental phenomenon. So, with the knowledge on these facts, which have gained from the Buddhist philosophy, try to live with a relaxed mind. Please try to understand the real situation of this world and associate the world with the knowledge of the reality of the world. Then you will be able to attain Supreme Nibbana one day. So, my dear colleagues, I want to present one idea at the end of this discussion. Sri Lankan Buddhists are protecting this valuable truth. They are protecting it not only for them but also for all world inhabitants. So, please be kind enough to let them perform their noble task freely. Please be kind enough to not to disturb them. They are protecting this ultimate reality for you, for all world inhabitants. So, Please give your noble support to them to protect this noble truth. Please learn this ultimate reality. Try to understand the reality of this world. So, this is the end of our first lesson, and the next lesson will be on the relativity of this world. Please try to memorize the world as a mental phenomena until the next launching. May the Lord Buddha bless you all.